Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to day 18 of the Inktober Tangles for 2023. I'm happy to have you here again. If you're new to this series, please look at the introductory videos so you know what Inktober is about and how I have set up my tiles. Of course, you can do this any way that you want. You don't have to do it on the same tiles that I'm using. You can do it on bijou, just plain paper, a big sketchbook. There's lots of great ideas out on the internet if you take a look. The hashtag for this, and I don't think that I have put this down before, and I apologize. Let me put it on the, whoop, it's not going to go on the back of that. The hashtag is, and I'm trying to find a blank piece of paper. It is Inktober Tangles 2023. Now, if you plug that into Facebook or Instagram or even just into your browser, you'll find lots of things that match that, okay? So, day 18 is Zutto, or Zutto, not sure how to say that, by Yuko Takamasu. Thank you. We are going to be adding it to our 3.5-inch tile. Excuse me. And if you happen to post your work on social media, please use the at BBL_tangles. I can't talk today, so another not perfect video, but it's okay. So I'm going to be using a Micron 01, and please forgive the shadow. I'm having to use an extra light here today because of the cloudy skies and rain. The Zentangle graphite pencil and a blending stump. And today I'm also going to be using a watercolor brush just because I think it helps you to see the patterns in this, okay? I tried to find a piece of ribbon that might help. The closest thing I could find was some origami paper. And what I wanted to try to get you to understand on these is that this is meant to be a ribbon, okay? And that it would have two colors, and as it comes around like this, okay, sometimes you can see the pattern on one side and sometimes you can see the pattern on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense. I practiced this pattern a lot, and it is a high focus pattern. So you might want to just watch me. You might want to watch how some other CZTs have done it, but you're welcome to follow along. I want to start on the back of this, and I am not good at drawing hearts that look nice. So I'm going to try to explain how I'm going to do my hearts. I'm going to do these big. Okay, so just something to stay inside this little frame or ribbon. And I'm going to start on this side. And for my heart, I want it to come around. And we're going to do almost like a S shape and come down. And when we come back up, and start going in that direction. I want to do that at that point where I had that side. So we're going to come down and come back around and touch there, and then come back up, and when I start coming down, I should be kind of lined up with that side. So let's do that again. We're going to go up, come around, and touch that heart. And then when we come back up again, we're kind of lined up with that side. That just happened to be the final way that I figured out how to make my hearts look decent. Okay, coming back around, and it's kind of lined up, not perfectly. We don't do perfect here. Come back around, and then back up. And see, I'm a little bit past that, but it's going to be okay. Come around, back up, bring your point down. Okay, so again, I would suggest on some scrap paper that you try this first. Once I did it a few times, and in my mind, once I could see that it's a ribbon that's turning, it made it a lot easier. Okay? The other thing, as you're doing this ribbon, decide how wide your ribbon is going to be. And just imagine that this ribbon, excuse me, that we're dealing with is about that wide. So everything that we do here, that ribbon needs to be about that wide. So we're going to come around. Mine's a little bit wider than what I have there. So whatever you do here, we're going to make it the same. So on each of these sides, and we're going to do that same width of ribbon. And again, this is just practice on this side. You can fast forward past this if you want to get to where we're actually putting that on the tile. Okay? Now, for the bottom part, we don't do it on this side. We're going to stay on this side. So we're going to go around and come down like we did on here, but we're on the right side. Same thing here. I just think it's easier for you to see it when it's big. Okay? And then this one would be coming around like this. Okay, so the next thing she does is from this corner where the hearts meet, we're going to have it come up to this. And we're going to keep it that same width that you see on that ribbon. Okay, so start here, come up, and when it gets to that width, that's what it's going to be when it touches that side. So along here and touch, along and touch. It's going to start out small and come up big. Okay, and then from where you touched here, that intersection, we're going to do the same thing. Come up, make it the same width that you had. Down. I think it's a little bit easier to do this top part first. And I found it easier to not turn my tile. Okay, so we're doing the same thing down here. From the side where you have your ribbon showing, we're going to come over. And after you've done this about 30 times like I have, it finally becomes easy because I think you finally start to see how the ribbon is turning. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this side over here right now. So we've done that, where that one touched. We're going to come over. And again, we're trying to keep the ribbon about the same. Okay, the next part, let me see. I'm going to erase this line. It's kind of confusing me. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is show where the ribbon creased. So we're going to come across the same width that you had here and then curve up. Okay, curve here and curve up. Curve here and curve up. Okay, so that is this curve if you had the ribbon there. Okay, that's that curve right there. Same thing on the bottom. We're going to come across, do a slight curve. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this part either. So basically we're done. This is how the pattern works. And the trick is to be able to see if this is the top of the ribbon. So if I had a pink ribbon and kind of brown on the other side, then I'm going to show you how that would go just real quick. Be easier if I don't go into the other side. Okay, so this is the top of the ribbon. And this is going to be just a little bit sloppy because I'm trying to go kind of fast. And then it comes around like this. Okay, so this ribbon comes up and then it has curved and you see it. It goes behind this one and then it comes out this way. And then you don't see it. And now this is the center and now you do see it. Okay, I hope that's helping. It's coming around like this. This is a very wide tip, so forgive where it's touching. So it comes around like this, it curves up and across like this. And same thing here. It goes behind another one and then comes around. All right, so I hope that helps. Now we're going to put it on our tile. So in her step outs, or in her video, and Yuko does have a video if you go to the link from the step outs, or the PDF from Stephanie, there is a link. But I'm just going to put a line across here because I do need to leave some room down here at the bottom. Okay, so here's my line. And then again with my Micron 01. And I'm going to start up here at the top to make my heart. And this part is just half of a heart. It's going to come around When I curve up, kind of lined up in there, and do the second part of my heart. Curve and come up. Should be coming down at about the same spot. Curve around, come up, around, and back up. Okay? So our next step is to start showing our ribbon. So on this left side, we're going to make a wide aura. So we're following that line just a little bit further out. And a wide aura here. Now this should have a heart next to it. That would be going like that. Okay, so we'll bring this down to that line. Okay, that was the same as that. Now on the left side of the bottom ones, we're going to do the same thing. Curve around and come down. Follow that other line, just aura, kind of copy it. And we won't see the one over here. Okay? Our next thing is we're going to go from the center here and bring it over here. I want it to be the same width as that. This one comes over here. And we would have another one coming here. Okay? Now on the bottom, well, let's do this first. We're going to do that same width over here and over here. Okay, and that may not look exactly as it should at this border, but it's okay. Let's just concentrate on what we can see here. So from this edge, we're going to come over and touch. From here, we're going to come over and touch. And from here, it would be going out. And we've already done it up here where those meet. So same thing down here where that touches. We're going to bring it around and touch. Bring it around to touch there. All right. The next thing is our little line here. And it should be the same width as that. And then curve up a little bit. We won't see that one. This one will be right in here. Same thing at the bottom. Same width and curve. Same width and curve. All right, so basically that is how the pattern works. And then when you start adding either color or shading, that helps. I'm going to remove those lines that I put there. So let's just add shading in here and see if that helps. So that's where it bends. Here and here. There is a bend in it here. So we're going to add a little bit of shading. I'm just going to add a lot under there. Okay, where this one is going behind, we're going to add a little bit of graphite there. It goes behind this piece of the ribbon. So a little bit there. Same thing down here. It's going behind that one. So let's add some shading. This is where they meet. This one. And a little bit of shadow here and here, where it starts to turn. And then same thing here. Now we're going to soften these. And again, you might play with making these two colors. And that, again, helped me to visualize this as a 3D object, as a ribbon. Put some shading there where it goes behind. Can put a little bit here. And you can make this even darker if that helps. Okay. And just soften that. All right, there you go. You may need to watch this a couple of times and watch some other examples and practice. But now that I've done it so many times, I see it and I recognize what it is, and it's a lot easier for me to do. So again, here's one that I did in purple and gray. And I did this on just a scrap piece of paper, and then it looked good, so I wanted to show it to you. Okay, so again, Day 18, Zutto by Yuko Takamasu. She's a CZT. If you happen to put your tiles on social media, I would really appreciate it if you would tag me at BBL_Tangles, and then that lets me know that you've put anything on Facebook or Instagram. And I love to see what you do. All right, thank you again for joining me. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and tell your friends, if you have newcomers to Zentangle, that I focus on beginners and making it easy for everybody. Even if you've been around doing Zentangle for a while, you can have fun. All right, thanks again. I will be back tomorrow with Day 19. Bye.